everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jacqueline and I make new videos every week, a whole variety of things, lifestyle, beauty, adventure, all sorts of fun stuff, and I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. That's my dog Tahoe, in case you're curious. And today I have another part of my beauty collection. I started these when I was still living in Georgia and kind of stopped while we were moving and getting, acclimated and stuff, but I figured I'd pick back up with my next category, which is foundation. So I it's still a lot. I have 10 foundations. I know some people have a lot more than this, but I don't wear foundation every day, and I have like specific ones I go to for specific things, if that makes sense. So I tend not to have too many, and honestly, foundations go bad fairly quickly. I have like maybe one that I probably had for a little bit too long, and I had it for a weird reason, which I'll get into in a little bit. So I kind of ordered these in terms of like least amount of coverage, things I'd wear kind of every day, medium, and then to full coverage, things I don't wear quite as often. That's kind of how I organize them, and you'll definitely see a trend that as you get towards the more full foundation, the full coverage ones, I don't wear them quite as often just because that's not my cup of tea for like everyday sort of makeup. So let's just get into it. The first one is one of my favorites. I'm actually almost out, and I'm going to get another one when I do run out. This is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. I wanted to tell you a little bit about each foundation and then kind of what I like about it and what I use it for mostly. So you can get this on Ulta for $33. I have the shade Ginger, which is 6. It's kind of more like my summer shade, but I can make it work in the winter as well because it is a tinted foundation, or a tinted gel cream was what they call it. It's like a light coverage, so it can kind of blend into my skin tone no matter where I am, but I tend to use this more towards the summer. So this says it's a multitasking face moisturizer that combines hydrating skincare benefits with naturally radiant, sheer, buildable coverage and SPF protection. This does have SPF, like I said, in it, but it is completely titanium dioxide, which is good. So it's completely a mineral sunscreen in here. It says Bare Minerals Tinted Moisturizer can build from sheer to medium coverage and is available in 20 flexible shades to accommodate a wide range of skin tones. Totally effortless and perfectly portable, this award winner is your go-to for dewy, healthy looking glow, full of protective and hydrating coverage, free of dryness. So I agree with all of those things. Like I said, because it's that sheer coverage, you can definitely kind of like stretch that shade range a little bit. If you're looking to cover like a ton of acne scars, or maybe you just love full coverage, this is not for you. This is definitely sheer coverage. I don't know about the buildable thing because I don't tend to build it up. And this is also not something for somebody who does not like glowy skin. If you are into matte skin, maybe you have super oily skin or something, this is not for you. It is definitely glowy, but I love it. My dry skin loves it. I don't break out from it, and I just really enjoy using this. Like I said, I use it a ton in the summer. It's like my go-to summer foundation. I don't know why, but I just love it. I love what it does to my skin. It is on the expensive side, but I just really like it and I enjoy using it. So I'll probably continue to go back to this all the time. Like I said, I'm almost out, and I will definitely get a new one when I am. All right, the next one again is kind of more on like the tinted moisturizer size. It is a BB cream. This is the Maybelline Dream Fresh BB Cream 8-in-1 Skin Perfector. I love this stuff. Once again, I've had multiple tubes of this. I've been using it since college. I just love it. So this is a hydrating and lightweight BB cream that gives you a natural and skin perfected look. BB, which stands for Beauty Balm, in case you didn't know. Cream combines skincare and makeup to perfect skin in one simple step. It glides on easily for smooth application, providing sheer coverage with added benefits of SPF to protect you from harsh rays of the sun. Dream Fresh has 8 skin-loving ingredients in one: hydrates, protects with SPF 30, brightens, blurs skin imperfections, smooths, enhances, oil-free, and without any heavy ingredients. This skin hydrating beauty balm leaves skin feeling fresh with a natural finish suitable for all skin types. Dream Fresh BB suits a wide range of skin tones and is non-comedogenic. So yes to almost all of those things. It definitely is a sheer coverage. It smooths, blurs those imperfections. It definitely doesn't cover everything, like I said with the last one. If you have tons of acne scars or something, you just love full coverage, this is not going to be for you. It is definitely a lightweight BB cream, like it says, and it is super glowy and hydrating again. So if you have oily skin, you might not like this. I think they make a matte version of this. So if you want some like lighter coverage, but you have really oily skin, that might be a good one to try out. Again, this only has titanium dioxide as the sunscreen. So if you're looking for strictly mineral sunscreens, this is a good one. I don't think the shade range is awesome on this. The darkest shade, Deep, is pretty light. And I feel like if you had a really deep skin tone, it would make you probably look ashy, which is unfortunate because this is a great BB cream. Just the shade range kind of sucks. I don't know what it is with BB creams, but they tend to not have great shade ranges. I don't know what it is, but if you can find a shade that works for you, this is a great one. Again, the shade ranges can kind of be pulled a little bit, but their deep shade is definitely not deep enough for everybody. I wear light medium and it works perfectly for me in the summer, in the winter. It looks really great all the time. This is one of my go-tos. I think I've talked about this a lot before, used it a lot, definitely had multiple tubes, and I just really, really enjoy this BB cream. Okay, the next one's newer to me, but I'm loving it. It's actually the foundation I'm wearing today. It's quickly become one of my favorites, and this is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk Foundation. So I have the shade 550 light medium. They have a bunch of shades. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 14 shades. The deep one does look pretty dark. And again, like with the last ones, because it's kind of like a sheer coverage foundation, you can definitely kind of stretch each shade. Like this looks a little too deep for me right now in the winter, but it still works now, and I can definitely see myself using this in the summer as well. So let me tell you a little bit about it. So this says, show off fresh, healthy skin you with CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk Foundation. That was a weird sentence. Formulated without parabens, sulfates, or phthalates, this lightweight, nourishing liquid foundation gives your skin the moisture boost it craves with a delicate infusion of milky coconut and soothing aloe. That's probably why my skin loves it so much. I didn't realize this has aloe in it. My skin loves aloe. You'll experience a glowy, dewy finish that lasts all day long, blurring imperfections and creating a more even skin tone. Pro tip, use a cover. They want you to use a CoverGirl powder primer too. But I have been loving this. This has been my go-to since I've got it. Any of my recent videos you've seen, I've been wearing this. And I agree with everything it says, even more than some of my other BB creams. I feel like this really helps blur my imperfections and cover up some of my acne scars. It definitely does not cover everything like a full coverage foundation does. Again, it is a more sheer, lightweight sort of coverage, but maybe if you just have a few spots you're trying to cover up, this and a concealer does the trick amazingly. I didn't realize, like I said, it had aloe in it. It says right on the bottle. I guess I should have known, but my skin loves aloe. So I feel like after I use this, my skin still feels calm. I don't get breakouts. And it just works really, really well on my skin and for my skin. I don't notice it like sits weird or funny or anything. And it's just been a really nice, lightweight, easy thing to throw on. I didn't mention the last two, but I use my fingers for all of these kind of tinted moisturizer, BB cream sort of things. I just kind of blend it in with my fingers and it works beautifully with all of them. And this one included. Definitely a good go-to for me, and I will definitely continue using it. Okay, the next one I think is a foundation I've been using the longest in my lifetime. Like I've gotten multiple bottles of this and have used it a ton. And I think a lot of people go to this brand as some of their first makeup because it's what our parents recommend. So this is the Clinique Even Better Makeup with Broad Spectrum SPF 15. Now this does have a chemical sunscreen in here as well as a mineral sunscreen. So if something you're concerned by, just heads up with this one. So let's see what it says about this. It says it helps create a brighter skin tone after 12 weeks of daily wear. Dark spots from acne, age, and sun damages are reduced. Creamy formula hydrates and soothes, giving skin a natural finish. Broad spectrum SPF 15 protects against future discoloration. Stay true pigments won't change color on your skin, sweat, and humidity resistant. So this kind of starts our kind of medium coverage sort of category. It's definitely not full coverage, but it still covers a ton. They have 55 colors, which is that's a big number. I know Clinique back in the day didn't have as good of a shade range, and I feel like they're adding more, and man, that's a lot. And the deep ones look really deep. And I know for lighter skin tones, this is also a great choice. So the reason I picked this when I was younger, I continued to use it through college and stuff when I was on my college dance team, was because it was a great medium coverage foundation. It would cover almost everything I needed it to. And I could just get the rest of the way there with like a concealer or something. But it also did not move. I could wear this sweating throughout a whole basketball game, dancing or whatever in a hot gym, and it would not move. My foundation would still look great after the game. And it just worked really well for me. I don't know about any of the, skincare benefits you would get from it if you wore it every day. Because like I said, I don't wear foundation every day. It's just not who I am. I just don't do it. But I have been using this since high school. So if that tells you something, I'm almost 29 now and I've been using it since high school. It's a great one. Definitely more again on the expensive side. It's $31. It's definitely not crazy expensive as at least a couple more that I have, but it works just really well. I love the dropper applicator. This one I can either apply with my fingers, a sponge, just depending on how I'm feeling. I tend not to use brushes with my foundations. I don't know. It works great with either, and this is just probably one of my go-to medium foundations. I have the shade Fair. I know since I got this bottle, they've changed their shade names. I think I have CN8 Linen. I think that's my color. But like I said, they have changed the shade range since then. I don't know. I'd have to go and get reshade matched if I got this one again, but it is a good one. Tons of shades, and yeah, it just works really well. I really enjoy it. Okay, the next two are kind of super similar, and I use them in similar ways, except one is definitely my summer shade and one is more my winter shade. So the first one is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup with Titanium Dioxide, Broad Spectrum 20. So let's see what this one says. I found this one on Target. I can't find this on Ulta. I don't know why, but this is one of like Neutrogena's classic foundations. I have it in the shade Soft Beige 50, which is kind of like a medium. You can see it's a little dark for me right now, but in the summer it looks gorgeous. So this says this liquid foundation silky formula helps visibly improve skin's luminosity, tone, and texture. Formulated with a unique blend of antioxidants, including vitamin E, feverfew, and natural soy. This lightweight, non-greasy makeup glides on smoothly for easy, flawless application. And what I love about this is, again, kind of like the Clinique one, but a little bit even better in my opinion for my skin type. The Clinique one can get a little drying every now and then. This Neutrogena one is definitely medium coverage, covers almost everything, but leaves this really beautiful, super hydrated look to the skin. Like even my dry skin, I definitely have to powder it down a little bit, but if you have super dry skin like I do, this might be a great option. It works so well. It looks beautiful in the summer. It gives you just this gorgeous glow. And I think the name is perfect. It gives you healthy looking skin. It just makes your skin look beautiful. The only thing I don't like about this is maybe they've changed it since I bought my bottle. I would hope so, is the packaging. It's literally just like an opening you have to pour out. It gets everywhere. It's super, you can tell by the lid in there, like it gets everywhere. It's super messy. That's the only thing I hate about this foundation. I wish they would repackage it, put a pump on it, put it in a squeeze bottle, something else, even put a doe foot applicator like the next foundation I'm going to show you. If they did something like that, it would be so much better. But I love this, so I use this a lot. I actually mix it a lot with the NYX foundation in the summer. They just work really well together. I think they're beautiful, and I just really enjoy this. It's a great foundation. Doesn't break me out or anything. None of these break me out, really. I have very sensitive skin, so that's good to know that none of these kind of break me out. But yeah, this is my go-to kind of like summer medium coverage, like going out sort of foundation. I love it. Okay, the next one has a very similar name. Does similar things, just in a different color, and I like the applicator a little bit better. This is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation SPF 20. I have it in the shade LN3. Again, this has SPF in it. I think the Neutrogena one, yeah, is just a physical sunscreen. This one is just a chemical sunscreen. So if you're concerned by that, this might not be the one for you, but let's see what they say. So it's a long-wearing, buildable, breathable foundation that provides lightweight, medium to full coverage with a healthy satin finish. It's compatible with all skin types and features their exclusive brightening complex and hyaluronic acid to hydrate, brighten, and improve the appearance of skin tone. Added boosts of vitamin A, C, and E provide flawless, healthy coverage. So again, this is very similar to the Neutrogena one. I like to blend them in the summer when I want to get like my perfect shade. I do love the applicator on this. I know some people it freaks out, but it's this huge doe foot that just like holds a ton of foundation in there, and you just kind of like stripe it on your face and then blend it in. Again, with the Neutrogena one and this one, I can either use my fingers, a sponge. It works great, and it just leaves your skin looking beautiful and healthy, just like the Neutrogena one. They hit the nail on the head when they named this one. It really just does cover everything you need it to without being heavy or cakey or looking like you're wearing a ton of foundation. It really just looks like your skin enhanced, and I just think it's so beautiful. It definitely works really well for me, and it's been my go-to for a while. I kind of stepped away from a little bit. I didn't realize that it was only a chemical sunscreen. I'm trying to move all towards mineral sunscreens, just a personal choice. So I'll probably try to finish this up at some point, but it's still really good and still one of my favorite foundations and my favorite go-tos. The next one, yes, is super expensive, but it's beautiful, and I wore it on my wedding day and it looked amazing all day. So this is the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Éclat Le Tint Radiant Awakening Foundation. It's $54. Yes, I know it's expensive, but this is beautiful. If you have dry skin, this is so good. Again, this has a chemical sunscreen in it, if that's something you're concerned by. So let's see what it says. It says it's a weightless foundation that delivers buildable medium coverage and a radiant, luminous skin finish. This is just beautiful. I don't know what else to say. This is my like go-to special occasion. I want my skin to just look perfect foundation. It's so good. I have the shade Warm Beige, which is BD25, and it worked perfect for me. Our wedding was in May, so I didn't have a ton of sun on my skin yet, but it just made me look radiant and beautiful and awake, and my skin just looked flawless all day long. It's definitely, like they said, a medium coverage, which is kind of my comfort zone. It was super easy to apply. I just used a sponge, and it just looks beautiful. It's got a really nice pump on it, and it just looked perfect on my skin. It didn't look like foundation. It didn't look cakey. It didn't look like anything weird. It just made my skin look beautiful all day long. And I think if you're looking for a good, special occasion foundation like I was for my wedding, this is a good one to check out if you have dry skin and you just want a little bit of extra radiance and you really want to glow. This is a good one, especially paired with a glowy primer and then a nice kind of lightweight powder that's not too mattifying. This just looks beautiful on the skin, and I just can't get enough of it, and I'll be sad when it's gone because it looks like it's full. I just shook it up, but it's like halfway gone probably because it's so expensive that I might buy it again. We'll see, but I just love this foundation. It is beautiful for those special occasions. Okay, the next couple, the last three are all in that high coverage, full coverage sort of foundation category. And I'm going to be honest, these three are not my favorites. once you get past that YSL one, it's a little bit too much coverage for me with my dry skin. It just, full coverage tends to be on the drier side. It just doesn't always work for me. This first one, they do have a dewy finish one too, and I do want to try that, but I got this one before they came out with it. So this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I have it in the shade Nude Ivory. I don't know how many shades they have. They have quite a few, but let's see what this one says. So this is their high-performing skin perfecting foundation. Underwent major road tests under 7 different photo lightings conditions to deliver flawless camera-ready makeup every time. Say no to white cast with this breakthrough formula, featuring a light adjusting complex that says selfie perfect anytime, any place. Specifically made with a matte light diffusing complex to give your skin a no filter perfection. Color match for all skin undertones with a matte second skin. Soft focus properties help perfect the appearance of skin. Out of all the high coverage foundations I have, this is one of my favorites. It definitely doesn't make me look quite as cakey. My skin's just so dry, it's just hard for me to use full coverage foundations. I do, again, love the packaging. It's not quite a doe foot. It's like a plastic, here, let me wipe some of this off. You can kind of see it under there. It's just kind of like a plastic paddle under there, but it holds onto a ton of foundation, so it's easy to, again, like the healthy skin one, just kind of swipe it across your face and kind of, you know, use your sponge to blend it out from there. And this is a good one if you're, in my opinion, if you're getting pictures taken, because it does have those light reflecting properties or whatever that doesn't give you any bounce back or anything. But for me, at least, it doesn't sit on my skin super well that like I want to go to a party or something with that on where I'm interacting with people closer up. Obviously, we're not doing that right now, but in general, you know what I mean. It is pretty and I do like it. I would be very curious to try the dewy finish one. I think that might be more up my alley, but it is a good, inexpensive, full coverage foundation if that's what you're looking for. I think it works really well. It's just not quite for me. Okay, this next one is from Maybelline. It's their Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. I have in the shade 112 Natural Ivory, which is a little light for me, to be honest. It's not quite the right shade, but I don't want to get another one because this is definitely not my favorite. So it says, be your own professional makeup artist with Maybelline's Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. Saturated color pigments provide an ultra transforming effect in this long-lasting foundation. This lightweight yet high-impact coverage formula glides onto skin for a flawless finish that lasts all day. So it's definitely high coverage. It definitely covers everything. Even before I put concealer on, this covers everything. What I don't like about it is that it breaks up on my skin. My skin's so dry with this one that it just like around my nose and my chin, it breaks up a lot. And not like because it's oily or anything, it's because my skin is so dry it gets like patchy, which is super weird. I don't have many other foundations that do that. If I use a super hydrating base and maybe put an oil on my skin, I can make this work, but it's definitely not my favorite. I like to blend it with other things. I blended it with like the Healthy Skin before, and this is a good combo to kind of like give it a little bit of extra moisture that my skin needs. But on its own, it just doesn't sit on my skin super well. Honestly, I don't know why I keep it around. I probably should just get rid of it, but I keep wanting to play around with it and like see what I can do with it. It does have a great packaging. It's got a beautiful pump and it's got a good shade range. They have 23 colors. For me and my skin type, this just doesn't work super well. And my makeup preferences, it just doesn't work super well for me. It's definitely a mixer for me. It's not bad. It's just not for me, if that makes sense. All right, the last one is, again, a more expensive foundation, and it's the only stick foundation I own. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Stick. I have it in the shade Y225. I got this on sale at the exchange one time because I've been curious about this. And again, it's more full coverage and it's not quite for me. So let me tell you about it. It says it's a creamy blendable foundation stick with long-lasting buildable coverage that glides on like a second skin. Kind of like the Maybelline one, this breaks up on my skin and my dry patches. It is super easy to apply. It does glide on the skin really well. I do have to use a brush for this. My sponge doesn't quite work, or I can use my hands to kind of blend it in, my fingers, which is my preferred method to do it. I kind of like the warmth of my fingers to kind of help melt it into my skin more. And it does look beautiful on the skin. It's just a little bit too heavy for my personal taste. I've used this at weddings before, and I've mixed it like with the Neutrogena again, or something a little bit lighter weight to kind of give it, again, kind of a more moisturized, glowy look, but still keep that full coverage. And I like this because it's easy to travel with. So if I know, I'm going to need a full day, like I'm traveling somewhere and I'm going to need a full coverage foundation for one thing, but a lighter coverage for something else, this is easy to travel with a BB cream, and then to blend it. It just makes it really easy. And I do enjoy using it. It's not my least favorite, but it's also not like something I reach for constantly, if that makes sense. But it is a good stick foundation, and I do enjoy using it. Again, just not my everyday go-to sort of thing. So good, but not my favorite. All right, that is all of my foundations. Yeah, it seems like a lot actually, but actually I use most of them on a pretty regular, consistent basis. Especially like the medium coverage down. The full coverage definitely doesn't get used quite as much, but it's just my personal preference. So hopefully you got some information on, what kind of foundations I like and what I use all the time. If you have a favorite foundation or BB cream or anything like that, please leave it down in the comments. Let me know what it is. I would love to hear from you guys. And please help me reach my 1,000 subscriber goal for this new year by subscribing to our little adventure family here. We would love to have you. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. So I will see you in my next adventure. Bye.